What is up, my friends? Ashley Alex over here, and in this video today, I want to share with you guys my little eye tutorial doing this look that you see right here, because I have to say, this is my most requested eye look that I've ever had on my channel, and I want to thank you guys out there who put requests in for different looks. Now, this look I originally was wearing in my Ardell Magnetic Liner and Lash set review that I did back in the fall, so it's been a few months, but I do have good reason why it's taken so long to get this video up, and that's because the eyeshadow that I had used that day, the palette was discontinued quite a few years ago. So I didn't want to bring to you guys a tutorial of using a product that you couldn't get your hands on anymore. And you know what? It was kind of a unique purple. I actually thought I had one in my collection similar, and boy, was I wrong. So I had to hunt down the perfect shade to get as close as possible to that one. And I want to share with you guys what that dupe is today. I want to do this look. I want to share with you guys all of those details. If you are new to my channel and this is the first time you happen to stumble upon my face, I am Ashley Alex, like I said at the beginning. I would love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel here on the tube at any point in time. You can just go down, click that little red button if you decide to do that. I post 3 times a week, all beauty related and all cruelty free as well. But enough chit chat, enough jibber jabbing. I think I've made you guys wait long enough. If you want to see how I created this eye look and the dupe that I have for you guys that's pretty easily accessible at a lot of beauty stores, then you're in the right place, and all you need to do now is sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. Boop. So first things first, let's talk dupes really quickly. So the original palette that I was using in that video where I did the purple look was the Sigma Creme de Couture palette. This one was from Holiday maybe a few years ago, and I tried searching all over the internet for it, and it's like nowhere to be found. You cannot get it anywhere anymore unless there's some random sellers on Mercari or something. But honestly, at the end of the day, I wouldn't recommend that purple anyways. In that video, you guys were so sweet. I felt like my eyeshadow looked so patchy, and I was like, oh my gosh, like almost wanting to scrap it, but I don't really like scrapping my videos over here. I like just putting out whatever it is, because you know what? Nothing is gonna ever be perfect 100%, and I am who I am, and you can take it or leave it. So it was a little bit patchy. I even put a little pop-up on that video saying like, hey, sorry, because it was bugging me when I was editing. But so many of you guys were like, first of all, we didn't even notice, it's beautiful, whatever. And then a couple of you guys were like, yeah, I noticed, but who cares? So thank you for the bottom of my heart for seeing past, flaws here and there, because we're all human and nothing is perfect. But this eyeshadow certainly wasn't. So I loved this shade. It was a perfect shade, but the performance wasn't very good. So my point is, even if you see it on Mercari or Poshmark or whatever, I would skip it because I have a better dupe for you here anyways. So the shade that I was using was Cases, which I'll throw up a swatch right here for you guys to see. It is the perfect purple, you guys. It is so gorgeous. It's not too pink, it's not too anything, it's a little bit bright, so I will note that. The dupe that I found isn't quite as bright, but it's the same tone. Now, I went through all of my eyeshadow palettes, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw me going on Insta stories and like just stressed out trying to find a dupe for you guys, because that is like totally sucky when you fall in love with something and then you're not able to get it anymore. So I didn't want to do a dedicated video on this look if I didn't have something prepared to show you guys in case you wanted to get it. So I didn't have anything in my collection currently. I thought maybe some of the Jeffree Star, like the mini breaker or the full-size jawbreaker would have one. No, that purple was way more pink. There was one shade in the full-size jawbreaker that was kind of like the perfect tone, but it was very light, more pastel-y. It is so beautiful though, but not really what we were going for. I have the Riviera palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. That one didn't work. I have the BH Cosmetics Back to Brazil palette. The purples in there were nothing. I even have the ColourPop purple palette called like It's My Pleasure or something. There's no good purples in that. What the heck, man? So I took to Twitter and I asked a couple companies, including Norvina with ABH, and I said, hey, does anybody have a purple that would dupe this Sigma one? And Norvina kindly actually responded, which was super cool. Thank you so much, Norvina. You're not watching, but thank you wherever you are. And she said her Norvina Volume 1 palette, the shade B4, which I was so grateful for her to respond. But when I went to Sephora in hunt of that palette, they had it there, and when I swatched it, it just wasn't quite what I was looking for. It kind of leaned more towards what the mini jawbreaker has from Jeffree Star. It has a little bit of a pink undertone to it, but they did have the ABH Norvina Volume 1 mini palette, you guys, and the mini palette, Look at that purple. Look at it. I'll throw up the swatch right here for you guys to see. It is so, so pretty, so perfect. You'll see side by side with the Sigma shade. It's not the perfect dupe in the sense that it's not quite as bright as the Sigma shade, but it's the same tone, you guys. It is so beautiful. And I've actually already done this look to practice it and make sure that that's kind of the vibe I was going for. And it turned out beautifully. I have to say the pigmentation was amazing. The blendability, mwah, mwah, perfect all around. I really like it. And bonus, honestly, bonus, the rest of the palette is super, super cute. To be completely honest with you guys, I wasn't interested in any of the Norvina palettes only because they just launched so fast. I shouldn't say I wasn't interested in them. I really liked a lot of them, but I just wish that they just slowly put them out. But that's like a different story for a different time. I just feel like there wasn't a moment to let them shine. Now they've kind of slowed their roll and they have the new volume 3 mini that's having its moment, which is cool. But how cute is this? I wasn't impressed by pictures and video, but when I saw it in person, dying. But this isn't a review on the palette. Just that purple shade, beautiful. I love it. I like it. I want it. I got it. So we're gonna start applying now, and I'll show you how I did this really simple purple look. So I've already done pretty much my whole face, and I just went ahead and primed and prepped my eye. So I went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, and then I just set underneath the brow area with just my Belle Jordan Makeup Obsession palette. The little base shade in here, it looks really white, but honestly, it's not that pigmented. So use whatever base shade you would like to use just to set. In case you're new here, I don't set over my entire lid because I want the pigments to like really, really stick to that primer. I just put it right there because I want it to help with blending a little bit, and it's okay if it lightens up the pigment a little tiny bit. So I'm gonna go in now with just this purple. This is literally the only other shade I'm gonna be using today other than the base shade. It's super, super simple. Now, what I like to do when I'm doing a color that is extending from the lash line and blending out is I actually did a blend first, because some palettes will have issues, and if you've ever had this issue, then you know what I'm talking about, where if you pack on the shade and then you go to blend, it becomes patchy and kind of weird. That's kind of what happened with the Sigma palette. So I do just go in and just start blending now right away, just so I don't have that issue. I don't know if that would happen with this one yet because I haven't tried doing it that way. Some palettes you can get away with packing it on and blending it out, bada bing, bada boom. But like I said, just to be cautious, all through and through, I just think it's easier to blend and pack. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just gonna take this kind of more precision blending brush, tap it, and just start blending. Now the shades in here, most of them I believe are pressed pigments, and this one in particular is, and it is a vegan palette, so you can get some staining, and you probably will. I got stained the first time I used this. I personally don't mind. I literally cover it all up anyways, but just keep that in mind. So I'm kind of packing it almost into the crease while blending it out at the same time, but I just want to really make sure that that pigment sticks really nicely before going in and completely buffing it out on the crease. And then you could take the shape however you would like on the corners. Some people like to wing it out, fan it out. Sometimes you want to keep it rounded, whatever you're feeling that day. I am just going to do a little soft blend right there because I'll be connecting it to the bottom. So I do want it to be blended out. So I'm going to bring it right out to the outer corner. Now I'm going to take this fluffier blending brush. This is the Sigma E35 brush. You see it's a little bit more fluffy. I'm going to very gently pat into that shade and tap it off. And then I'm just going to continue that blend. So we've already packed on that color. Now it's just focusing on diffusing that line. Make sure to soften that outer corner too, unless you want to like, you know, lay down a piece of tape or something or carve out that and make it a sharp line. Now the super, super easy part, and that is packing on the purple. So I'm taking this little flat packing brush right here. See how it's there? And it's flat and round. And I'm packing the color on, and I'm just gonna plop it right down onto the mobile lid. Super simple. Try not to tug too much. What I notice with this is it'll flake and fall out and get powdery on you. If you like try to drag it, it'll and then get all over your face. And then I'm taking it all the way into like that crease area that we first laid down the color and gently pressing it into it so it doesn't create like a new harsh line that we have to blend out, you know? A little shout out to my husband who just made me feel so special. I do a ton of different makeup looks here on my channel. In case you don't know, I do like, you know, everyday looks. I do more dramatic looks, more precision. I do whatever I feel like that day. Whatever I want to film, I do. So my husband's used to seeing all different types of looks. But this one, we were just sitting on the couch, just hanging out, watching TV, and he's like, that is my favorite eye look on you. I think that it is so pretty. And I was just like, he never like really comments on my makeup, but it's usually like, oh wow, because I usually have like some kind of crazy dramatic stuff, or he's like, yeah, I like it, you know, or I have to prompt him. But he was just like, I love that. It is so pretty. It just really brings out your eyes. I just really like it. And I was just like, it just made me feel so special. Thank you, husband. Oh my gosh. Now I am going to blend a little tiny bit just to make sure there's no harsh lines. Just gently, not going crazy. Now let's do the lower lash line. Really easy. I'm gonna use the same brush that I used to pack on. And I'm just gonna kind of line it up onto my lower lash line. And then connect it to the corners. Try not to extend it down too far because we are gonna be blending. I'm gonna take that same Luxie brush we were just using a second ago and very gently blend. It's easy to go kind of crazy and bring it down too far. And if that's the look you're going for, great. If it's not, then don't. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some liner and lashes, and then we will wrap up this little eye tutorial, baby. So for lashes, I popped on the House of Lashes in Allura, and I just did like a little tight line of black on the upper lash, nothing too crazy. Lips, I did want to put on the same, I think this is the same lip that I used in the Ardell Magnetic Lash Liner video, because I had a lot of questions about that too. And that's the Milani Amore Satin Matte Liquid Lipstick in Luxe, because it has kind of like a purpley undertone to the nude to it, but I did pop on some gloss too, so that's why it's glossy. And that was the Jeffree Star gloss in Diamond Juice. One more thing I need to do. I need to add a little bit of inner corner highlight, so I'm gonna just use this palette because that's what's in front of me, just to pop in that light shade right there. I just feel like that completes a look, you know? And then also on my waterline, I want to use the NYX Faux White in the shade White Smoke, and just graze it on the waterline just to kind of complete the purple vibe. It is like a purpley white nude, like a lavender. So this is the completed look, all done up for you guys to see, all dramatic and YouTube-like. And I want to take a minute to thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to not only chat with me down in the comments, but when you see something that you want to have me do a tutorial on, for requesting those looks, because that is the reason for this video right now, because so many of you guys were requesting to see a specific look. So thank you so much. That is it for this little tutorial today though. If this was your first time stumbling upon my channel by any chance, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. That way you get notified when I post more videos, which is about 3 times a week, all beauty related and all cruelty free as well. To my OG fan bam and my new fan bam, because there's quite a few of you guys, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to watch my little video, to hang out, to chill, to just watch me play with makeup and beauty products and stuff. I seriously hope that you guys all go out there and have a great, freaking awesome, wonderful, beautiful day. Little bear bun antennas. An eyeshadow that you guys would able to, so I needed to pick up an eye, so I needed to find a good, what am I talking about? So that is what I'm gonna be doing today, and so that is what for you guys to see, all dramatic, and to not only comment when we that I